Hi, this is Jerry with 2Gems Consulting, and we're going to learn how to sort using Concept System Global Max. First thing you're going to do is you'll get a link to this page where you can enter your email address, and I'm entering one where I can be .org, where I can be a participant and show you what to do when it's time to sort. Now, the first thing that we'll do is when you come to your home page, you may have participant questions to do, which I've completed, and then you'll go on to click sorting, which I've already started, but I erased it all. When you sort, you're going to identify the statements from the brainstorm. Here we have 24 that are, and put them into piles of things that are similar in a way that makes sense to you. So there's not a right answer. It's really just the way you think about it, and everybody's ideas may be a little bit different. The things you want to make sure you do is not make the piles in terms of the things that you like or think are important, or the things that you think are hard to do or least expensive. You're going to put the things that are similar together. So I'm going to show you some examples with this where we have our focus: what are all the implications of engaging stakeholders authentically in an evaluative process in our community. So I have 24 statements, and basically the way it works is you're going to grab a statement, pull it over, and drop it on the desktop. Now I grabbed and dropped this on the desktop. It says make sure that business owners are included. So the first thing it asks me is to name the pile. You can leave it and name it later, but because I know that's about including everyone, I'm going to call this pile inclusive. So then the next thing you can do is look for anybody else who you think fits under inclusive, any other statement, and just pull those out. It'll help to build trust if everyone has a say. So you see here I have business owners, here I have engaged youth, here it will build trust. Now you'll see that and here's when youth must be a part of the process. So again, I just do a mouse click and drag over, either with your mouse pad or your actual mouse. And then when I see a green dotted line, it doesn't matter where. Like if I want it to be up at the top, I could put it at the top, I can put it at the bottom, and then I drop it. So if I have a statement that doesn't fit inclusive, like the renters won't want to be invested, I'm going to call that pile not interested. So the statement says renters won't want to be invested in the process. So it presumes, in my mind, that they won't be interested. You might call it something else. So people will not want to participate for the long haul because maybe they're not that interested. I don't think teenagers have the maturity. I don't think so. That one I think is really different. Those are like to me, this is like not welcome. These are the people that the statement is we don't want somebody. So with not welcome, I also saw something about I don't think we should include criminals as they only work to break the community down. And so people could have different opinions about the inclusion of criminals, but for right now, I'm putting in a pile that describes people who are not welcome. So what I'd like to do now is just pause and get to the end and show you what that looks like. Okay, so I'm back, and as you can see, all 24 statements out of 24 are sorted. You can follow your progress with this progress bar, and when you've sorted all the statements, you get this congratulations, you've sorted all the statements. You can save and finish. What is important to do is just go back and have a look at the things that you've got, see if you're comfortable with where they are, that everything fits your label, or if you need to, you can edit the pile names by going up to this place here and choose like where it says not welcome. You might say, that's rude. I'm going to call this not invested. because you might want to change the name. Actually, the way the things are written, I think it's actually showing that those voices are not welcome by the people who said these. Again, everything's going to be sorted in piles of things that are similar. It doesn't matter whether you like those things or think they're important or would rate them highly. When you are done, you should have probably around 4 to 10 piles or so, sometimes more if you have around 60 to 80 items. The more piles. You want to definitely try to avoid having a lot of piles with just one. One is fine. And you don't want to have like a dump where you dump all the stuff you don't know where it goes into it, where you have a pile that makes sense to you, a pile that makes sense to you, and then a bunch of stuff that you're not really clear about. Put those into piles of things that are as similar as you can see them to be. Don't just dump them into a big pile. So now that I'm done, I'm going to save and finish, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Thank you.